So a question I get from time to time is, can Course Designer 4 show images or watermarks on a course design? And the answer is no and yes. No, in that Course Designer does not automatically do it natively, not yet anyway. It is one of the features in the to-do list. But you can always use third-party programs to do that, and most of them are free. So I'm going to show you my favorite one. So first of all, I'm going to call up a course here, and I'm going to print that course so I can get it into a PDF so I can work with it. Okay. So we'll print, and in this case, I'm using my favorite of the free PDF printers, which is Bullzip PDF printer. So I will now print that. It's going to ask me where I want to save it. So from a previous session, I have set up that I want to save it here, and it always remembers where you've been working. So I save that. And after it generates the PDF, it's going to call up PDF Exchange Editor automatically. So at this point, I can now work with it. Now, to do that, you're going to come here to the Organize pull-down menu, hit that. And we've got a few options here, rotating, cropping, all this. For this purposes, we're just going to talk about overlays and watermarks today. An overlay is where you take an image and lay it on top of the program. Watermark is where you take text and lay it on top of your PDF. And background is going to go behind the image. So we're interested in the overlay. So here I'm coming up with an overlay. Now from a previous session, I've selected this particular image, but I can select different images, but let's just stay with this image for now. So there's that image. And that image, I can set how it displays. So right now, here's the image with no opacity at all to it. It's blocking out everything behind it, but I would like what's behind it to bleed through. So I'm setting the opacity about 12, which might be a little bit more than I want. Let's go to 10 and see what that looks like. And 10's probably a little bit better. Right now, from a previous session, I had this set to 75%. So I can go to 100, but you see that's just too large for this. So you can play around with this, but 75 seems to work pretty nice. But I'd like to get it placed correctly according to that. So here I can set this image. Right now it's set 85 from the left of this. Okay, and it could be a little bit better. Let's go a little less than 85. Let's go 80 and see if we like that. I think I'd like 80 a little bit more. Let's go a little bit less, 75. See what that looks like. I'm liking 75 better. Vertically, I want to push this image up from the bottom. So let's push it up higher than 64 and see what we get. Let's go to 94 and see what we like that. No, we'd like it still higher. So let's go to 124. It's looking a little better. Let's go to 154. 184. Yeah, I'm liking that a little better still. Let's go to 200. See if I like that. I'm liking that. Let's bump it up a wee bit more. All right, there we go. So now that's a pretty nice presentation. So I'm going to say, yes, I like that. So now if I print from here, that's going to print with that particular watermark logo in the background. Let's say that I want to watermark it. I want to put my copyright on it as a designer. So I'll come here to watermark and I will see if I've got any set up, which I don't. Let's add one. So I'm going to add one and we will say this is some judge doing this. And so I've got my some judge here. And not seeing that yet. It's down below. I want text. Oh, my opacity is the problem here. See, I want to go to 100% on this so I can see it. Right now, here we can see it there right in the center, which is not particularly where I want it. Let's change it. So I'm going to go horizontal from the left, which is over here, and from vertical onset, I'm going to go from the bottom. So now it's way at the bottom of the page, which I could use, but I kind of like it to balance off here, so let's do that. Horizontal offset, I'll push that, let's say 30. Let's see what I get on that. 30 is not quite enough. Let's go with 45. Okay, I like that. And a vertical offset, let's go again. Let's go with 45 and see what it looks like. Yeah, I do kind of like that. So I'm going to back that off a little bit. So now I have a watermark that has been added to this that establishes a copyright. And there's my course. So again, if I save that, now I can save and print this PDF. As I said, I can save it or just print it, whichever I like. Okay. Let's say I want an image on here, though. So again, I'm going to, now I'm going to place an image on it. Actually, before I do that, we'll do a different thing, because here we'll stay with this. I'm going to put an image on it. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add an image. And it's going to ask me where I want the image. So I'm going to take it. I'm just going to put a little image right here in this corner. And then I pick my image. There's an image. And it will take that image and size it and put it right there wherever you like. Now this is an image, so you don't get to play with the opacity. It just gets added where it is. If you didn't get it exactly right, it's what's called an object on here. So I can edit my objects and I can move this image around if I need to. So, and this is, as I said, a very powerful program. You're going to be able to add all types of things to it, edit all types of things. So this is kind of why it's one of my favorites and absolutely free. And let me show you where you can download that from. Here's the download page for that. This is PDF Exchange by Tracker Software, and there's your link to download that particular tool. And once you have that, you can do all kinds of customizations to your basic course diagrams. And as you notice, it saves those settings so that as you open additional courses, you already have those settings available to add those images and have them placed exactly where you want to on the course. And that's it. Hope that was helpful.